Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan with me tonight. Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And Allie LaForce is reporting on the sidelines. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Tuesday, they'll take on Zion Williamson and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Miami Heat.
And you know, for that matchup with Washington, it's one that I'm curious about. It'll be the sixth contest on the season for them, and a game that should have a lot of great matchups.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Stephon Castle is out there with Ja Morant. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then it's George, and it's Queen, and at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Pistons, they've got Mobley. Cunningham is out there with Derek White. And it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Caruso in at the three spot.
You see here just how good Morant is at spotting openings, then moving the ball into them.
In recent seasons, availability has been a problem for Ja Morant. Greg, dig into that a little bit.
Well, from a league suspension to multiple injuries, Morant has missed a significant amount of time, but we know when he's on the court, he's a game changer.
Now here's White, shoots. Caruso, no good. Bucks passing it around. Pass to Tatum. There's the three. Rebounded by the Pistons. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Man, that game goes down to the wire. Both teams exhausted, but only one has something left for the encore.
Yeah, this is the kind of game you come away thinking coulda, woulda, shoulda. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way.
Now Morant, after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. Here's Queen. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And so Gobert will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. To the inside. Stolen. Morant outside. Queen. And it's sent back by White.
On defense, how valuable is White? He's a guard who can protect the rim.
Caruso, the pass to Mobley. And they recover it. And Gobert hits to White. Offline with his three. Milwaukee's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. George passes to Queen. Outside for George. Off target from outside. The Pistons have gone 0-4, missing their first four field goals. And they double up Cunningham. Pass to Mobley. Cunningham outside. They could use a bucket. He takes it up and lays it in. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Yeah, and that's a confidence builder for Cunningham. Good to see him getting it done inside.
And so now a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Pistons, entirely new group now out there.
Substitution on the floor.
And the Bucks with possession here. Outside, Sexton. Inside. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And here's Porter. Driving in. 1 second left. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the timer.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Bucks lead by 2. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
On the court from Milwaukee here in the second, Colin Sexton is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then it's Porter. Then it's Morant. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, looking at the Eastern Conference this season, as much uncertainty as I can remember with regard to the pecking order. With injuries shifting the balance of power, things very much up in the air. And there's some up-and-coming teams seeming to sense an opportunity to make their move.
Certainly something to watch. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Bucket is good.
A team player through and through. Get open, and Sexton will send the ball your way.
Greg, over the last 9 seasons, the Bucks with the second most wins in the regular season.
I mean, a dominant run to be sure. Not to mention the franchise's second ever title back in 21. Those are things you can never take away.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you, guys. Ja Morant looking to lead the way. He said, I set the tone. My teammates feed off of it, and I love to compete. That's how we all grew up, playing on the blacktop outside, competing at a high level when there was no cameras around. Kevin, back to you.
He's got that alpha mentality. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Vassell kicks to DiVincenzo. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
Yeah, they split their series last year. Both sides have loads of talent. It should be an entertaining meeting again.
Here's Vassell. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, those were some weight room points from Vassell, flexing his muscles.
Morant, the bounce pass from 12 feet out. Rebound by the Pistons. Celtics will be coming into town for the next game, and that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Now, here's Vassell. Here's Huff. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. It's Morant in the corner. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Morant's got the lead up to 3 now for Milwaukee.
Well, that's a good sign there for Morant. He needs to keep making those shots in order to open this offense up.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Milwaukee shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
And what I like about Castle's game is the versatility, right? He's a legitimate two-way threat who's willing to take on whatever role helps the team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Mobley, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Devin Vassell. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Outside for George. With 1 on the clock. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Milwaukee. All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. The Detroit Pistons finding themselves in...
They're playing too casual, not being aggressive, not getting to the line. They're doing some other things well, but not that.
You know what And circling back to the first half, And that is it for halftime, folks.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. The Pistons trailing. You look at the Pistons stand, statistically pretty solid across the board.
Yeah, they're well balanced. They have guys with size, athleticism, skill. You got to give a lot of credit to the front office and these players for their hard work.
Evan Mobley is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Cade Cunningham. And it's Crystal in at the 2 spot. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. And stolen by Mobley. Cunningham passes to Kuzma. Can't hit from in close.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Here's George. Pass to Castle. And here's Tatum for 3. Good D by Mobley.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. The Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved. But we're not finished yet. Guys?
On the rise. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. And the Pistons making a change here. Vassell's checked in. 1:41 left in the third quarter. Mobley kicks to Cunningham. 5 to shoot. Rebound, Milwaukee. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
Well, Morant is so athletic, and he finds himself at the free throw line a lot.
A minute 20 left to play here in the third. To Queen from outside the arc. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Cunningham finds Christie. Here's Mobley. From outside, off the mark. Milwaukee's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Morant. Castle, no one around him. And again, the Bucks miss.
He may have had too much time to think about it.
Here's Cunningham. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Cunningham's got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons.
Gritty 2 points there from Cunningham. He's added that toughness over time.
To the paint. Here's Queen. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
A big man with a big finish.
The Bucks have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line. And some changes here for the Bucks. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Keyshawn George. And Porter subbed in for Morant. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Back to Vassell. Here's Mobley. Rebounded by the Bucks. Tatum's got his 5th rebound in this one. There's Porter with the 3. That shot off the mark. Tie game in Detroit. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter, they've got Stephon Castle. Keyshawn George is out there with Jason Tatum. Then it's Morant, and it's Queen in its center.
Well, teammates appreciate that kind of hustle on the break. Good work by Cunningham getting up the floor.
It's Morant. Outside Tatum. From 17 feet away, then it misses.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Mobley. And there's the dunk.
Well, that's where Cunningham is at his best, operating the pick and roll.
And Morant's got the ball here for Milwaukee. 4-point game. 1:46 left here in the fourth quarter. The Pistons shooting in this game, 45%. George! No problem with the wide open J.
Assistant, Castle.
Now Cunningham. Vassell. And that's in there.
Well, they needed a bucket right there. And it's Vassell who answers the call.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Different look here for the Pistons. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers' huddle. He encourages guys to stick with it, saying, I don't care what the scoreboard says. If we can play hard, that's all that matters. We can be the stronger team. So that's what Coach is looking for.
He appreciated Allie. Thank you.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Outside Cunningham. White fires. And the three misses.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Here's Tatum to take the lead. A three-pointer. Good.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Now Hartenstein. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
It's Morant. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch. Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Outside Cunningham. 6 on the shot clock. Now White takes the three. I'll get the three, and they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. And that's an intentional foul.